All right, this should be kind of a fun intro video because this really is a unique tract of land. It's a little over 5 acres. It's fully surveyed, and the entire east side of the property, so here's the property outlined in red here, the entire east side borders the Mark Twain National Forest. So this is National Forest over here. All told, there's something like 100,000 acres of National Forest in the Ozarks. This borders a huge chunk of that, so you can literally go right from your property into all this national forest and use that for hunting, for trail riding, for recreation. I mean, photography. There's rivers, there's creeks. It's super cool. And my favorite thing, I guess, if I had to pick one favorite thing about this property is not only that it borders national forest, but that it also, directly borders a gravel road, a county maintained road along its entire west side. So because the National Forest is somewhat secluded, I mean, there aren't a ton of roads in this area. If you can find a tract that borders National Forest, and they're rare to begin with, but if you can find one, generally they have pretty poor access, or it's maybe a forest road or an unmaintained trail to get to it. So that's the trade-off if you want something that borders National Forest, is you probably have to, have a jacked up truck to get there. But in this case, not only does it border National Forest along its entire east side, but it borders the county road along its entire west side. So you can get to this property all year in any type of vehicle. Let's zoom in a little bit here and we'll check this out. Some of the other stuff this has going for it is it's got some good topography. You've got a nice level area here where you can pull in off the road. And a huge bonus is this has some nice big mature timber on it. It's really tough to tell, with the Google map here, but I mean, you can basically see it. It's covered with big, nice timber. Check out the ground video as well to see that. Check out the drone video. We do have a lot of properties that were logged either recently or within the last 3, 4, 5, 10 years. We saw no signs of logging on this. I mean, we like to say that every property's been logged at some point here, but really we didn't see any sign of stumps or anything like that. So, I mean, we've got some nice big timber, oak, pine, really good mix on this property. So, in our opinion, more than enough big timber to build a log home or a log cabin. Obviously, until the property's been paid for, you can't cut the timber. But once you've paid it off to us, I mean, you can sell the timber, you can use it for your cabin, whatever you want to do once the property's been paid for. So, really nice opportunity. Let's look at the topo map here. Okay. So topo maps can be confusing unless you're familiar with them, but this is basically indicating that it's going to be, well, here's the county road on the west. You've got a level area here coming off the county road, which stays somewhat level as you go to the east. This blue line indicates a creek bed. That's going to be a wet weather creek bed, so the 2 or 3 times we've been out there, it has not been flowing, but I'm sure it would at certain times throughout the year. And then as you go northeasterly, it rises up and levels out toward the top here. And this whole east side, like I said, borders the National Forest. So this is the Mark Twain National Forest over here. So as far as potential camping sites or building sites, I mean, you've got a lot of options. You've got this level area down here by the county road. If you wanted more privacy, create a small trail going up toward the top of this hill where it levels out. You could potentially have an amazing view out to the west and out to the south if you were to thin out some of the timber on your property. Just a lot of options. Obviously, deer and turkey are abundant out here with the National Forest. They have released elk in this area as well, so the Conservation Department is trying to build up an elk population in Missouri, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a unique tract. There's a very small number of tracts at Pine Grove. I think there are 11 tracts, and they don't all border the National Forest. So this is a particularly nice one. Man, look at that timber. Let's just really quickly here, why don't we zoom out? Let's go to street map and we'll zoom out. We'll show you the area and then check out the listing page, of course, to see the rest. So here's the property still outlined in red. The shaded green area you see is the National Forest. So I mean, it borders a huge chunk of National Forest. Now, not everything within this green area is National Forest. Some of that's private as well. But that's basically what they're showing as the exterior boundary. And like we mentioned, this does directly border that. So, yeah, I mean, you've got access and use of that. Here's Birch Tree, Missouri. Birch Tree is to the west. Winona is to the east over here. Both very small towns, but they have restaurants, gas stations, Dollar General stores, the type of stuff. The closest Walmart is going to be Mountain View, Missouri. That's right here to the left side of the video. So that's probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 miles from the property. And then let's just zoom way out and kind of show you where this sits in the state of Missouri. So again, here's the property here, bordering that huge chunk of national forest. To the west, about an hour and a half to the west, we've got Springfield. South of there is Branson. Going to the east, not too far to Poplar Bluff. And actually, I believe it's only about 3 hours out of St. Louis. So if you're in St. Louis and you're looking for a place to come and spend the weekend, this might be a good option for you on that. There are awesome rivers nearby. I mean, this particular section is well known for recreation, including the Jacks Fork River, the Current River. So much to do here. But we have a lot of people asking for land that adjoins the national forest, and we seldom have it. So I mean, people like it because you can own your own property. In this case, a little over 5 acres, but literally your backyard is thousands and thousands of acres of land that you can use, but someone else is paying the taxes on. You know, you don't have to worry about it. So you kind of set up shop on your own property, and then you've got full use of that other property. You know, for camping and hunting and recreation and all that stuff. So that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, there we have it. Feel free to call us in the office if you have any questions. The best thing to do is to go straight to our website at InstantAcres.com. If this is still available, that's where you'll find it. If you don't see it on the website, then unfortunately it's not available, but feel free to give us a call in the office if you have any questions, or shoot us an email at sales@instantacres.com. We sell everything on our website with complete low-down payment owner financing. You can check out the terms. We think it's the best deal around, and we hope to work with you.